we turn this pair of pajama pants into this pair of 1930s underwear? Well, the mock-up's already done. Let's get started. I start by cutting off the waistband, which had already started to fall apart. Unpicked the rest of the seam that had already come undone, which is what prompted this project to begin with. And since that was taking too long, I decided to just cut off the seams. Next, laying out my pattern pieces, making sure I have all the right ones out. Trace the pattern out with chalk, and cut out the pattern pieces. Now, there wasn't enough of the plaid material to do the continuous lap where the buttons will go, but I have quite a good collection of scrap material in my salvage bin, so I think there might be something in here that will work. And yes, this box is from IKEA, and I did just notice that I had not zipped up the bottom. Once I found material that was the right weight and right size, I laid them out, ironed them, and cut them according to the pattern. Earlier, I was a little bit too scissor happy and cut one too many of the side seams off the pant legs. Need to redo that so I have enough space to cut the back pattern pieces out. That's it for part 1. I'll see you in part 2. That message was for TikTok, but Instagram, you get this all in one go. After I re-sewed up the side seam, I laid the fabric out and traced the back pattern pieces out. I cut out the pattern pieces. I then pinned the back leg piece to the front leg piece, making sure that they were right sides together. Now this is the part of the video where you're just gonna get a lot of sewing montages. Once those seams were sewn up, I took both legs, slipped them inside, making sure that they're right sides together, and pinned them, thus making what will be my center front and back seams. I then pinned and sewed the piece of material that's going to create the adorable triangle design on the front and back of the underwear. Now it's time to pin in the continuous lap on both sides, and this was done partially by hand. Now it's time for one of my favorite things, and that is covered buttons. If I can incorporate covered buttons into a project, I will. Because I was filming the whole time making these buttons, I know that it only took me 1 minute and 45 seconds to punch all of these buttons through. Now it's time to sew those buttonholes in. And this is low-key one of my least favorite things to do with this machine. I decided to watch some Gravity Falls while I was sewing the buttons on. And I decided that I would finish the hem with some black velvet ribbon that I have, and I think it looks really cute. That's how I turned this pair of pajama pants into this pair of underwear.